So the legendary Super Saiyan God has finally made an appearance in Dragon Ball Super Episode 9. This is my Episode 9 review. Be sure to leave a like down below, share the video, and subscribe if you are new. Also follow me on Twitter before we get started with the video. Hit that pause button and go ahead and do those things. But anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys about this because this was one of the hands down best episodes to air to date. A lot of people have been speculating, whether or not this would be a good episode, and I honestly feel like it was. Honestly, a lot of people have some sort of ranking, where they say everything in order, the only episodes they'll really leave out are 3 and 5. I think that this is probably my second favorite behind episode 6. A lot happened in this episode, but also not that much happened. It's kind of weird when you hear me say that, but let me explain. The episode was solely about Goku making his ascension to Super Saiyan God, as I said already. That's what pretty much this whole episode focused on, and it didn't change a thing, honestly, based on how it was done in this and the movie. They still had Shenron appear, and Shenron was scared as hell of Beerus. I mean, that guy was shitting bricks. He's like, oh, no. Hold on, let me tell you how to do it. Let me tell you. Okay, so there's this, and it was written in the Namekian, what did he say? Oh my god, I forgot the correct terminology, but essentially he explained to them how to do it without granting a wish technically. So that's something to kind of, parking lot, if you will. I didn't know that Shenron would do that, unless that's just a big plot hole. Anyways, he said it was somewhere in the Namekian history or something, which is also pretty interesting as well, that the Namekians knew about the Saiyans, and also they knew about the Super Saiyan God, and also, to take it a step further, they knew how to accomplish that form, which is really, really interesting. So he did say that, and he told them, and he was like, if you guys don't mind, I'm leaving. And he just disappeared, and they're like, oh, Shenron just ran away. That guy was shitting bricks. He was sweating, and he was nervous. And that was hilarious. That was really hilarious. And that's pretty much the same thing that happened in the movies. But in the episode, I don't know if they were trying to cut it out or save time, which is funny considering a lot of people say that Super is slow paced, but that's a whole different topic. But they didn't really explain how the transformation is achieved, where they, in Battle of Gods, they showed you images of what looked like a Vegeta ancestor, if you will, and so on and so forth. So yeah, pretty much aside from that, they went ahead and they ultimately tried to do the what's the word? The ritual. There we go. They tried to do the ritual with the 5 of them because they were like, oh yeah, we could do it. Piccolo was like, oh no, you can't do this because you guys only have 4 righteous heart Saiyans. And they were like, hey, hold on. Vegeta's been here. And he's like, oh no, I don't agree with that. That was pretty funny. It was pretty damn funny. So yeah, they ultimately attempted to do it, and they were doing it wrong. They were just shooting Goku all his ki. We've seen that done before in the anime. They were just sending him the ki, and we stopped him. He's like, no, you guys are doing it wrong. Because Goku even noted, he was like, hey, I've never been this strong. And Gohan said so as well. He's like, your ki is higher than it has ever been. Now, whether that form would have been enough to challenge Beerus or not is a different story, but we stopped them and said, hey, you're not doing this right. For one, you guys are missing a body. There's one less person here than what is required to do this transformation. And on top of that, you guys are sending ki. You guys need to be sending your heart into it. I don't know what that means figuratively, emotions, passionate, passion, if you will. I don't know, but they were doing it wrong. They were just sending him power, and that's not the way you do it. And so ultimately, they were like, okay, well, we're missing a person. And it was also interesting because they didn't mention Tarble as they did in the movie. And honestly, they didn't mention Tarble in the movie. They were just like, hey, Vegeta, you got a brother. So, I mean, I guess that is. It isn't. They didn't reference his name, so to say. Like they did with Tights in Fukatsu no F, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Bulma's. It's pretty funny, they're referencing those two's brother and sister. Anyways, off topic. So they didn't reference him, but the same thing happens with Videl, and like I said last video, I was kind of confused, so I had to upload it and let you guys know that Videl is a part of it, and we saw that in this episode. They did bring Videl in because she had Pan, or whatever the baby's gonna be called, I hope it's still Pan, inside of her stomach, in her womb, and she was invited into the circle, so that was enough to fit the bill for a requirement. Obviously, a baby is gonna have a righteous heart. The kids are kids, they have a righteous heart. Vegeta was just righteous enough to qualify. So they were able to do the transformation, and it was awesome seeing it done. I mean, they really played on the god lore and mysticism of, you know, if you're somebody that's religious, and it was just like awesome, and the soundtrack, and it was really well done. They really, it was kind of on the nose, honestly. They were really trying to sell that Goku is becoming a god in all senses of the words, in all different aspects of the word. He's becoming a god. Now, like I said, they did a great job on that. They did a great job. If you're religious, that is either a good thing or a bad thing, because you're like, oh, well, they're really trying too hard to make it seem like he's a god. But that's a whole nother thing. I thought that they did a great job with that, and the episode was just awesome, honestly. And at the end, Goku was like, hey, I'm sorry for making you wait. Let's get started. And that's where it ends off. You know, in the next episode, we will see them fighting, and it's probably going to span 3 or 4 episodes of fight, honestly. That's how it's been so far. Get used to it. Super is not slow-paced. I've been saying this all along. It's really not slow-paced. It is the same pacing as any modern anime that you could watch at this point. If you were to watch a new show that is currently airing right now, if you go to like an Anime Flavor or a Kiss Anime and watch one of their shows, not every show is this pacing. I'm just saying, like, you know, standard. Super's not that slow. Honestly, guys, just enjoy the ride. It's a great show, and I have to give this episode a rating. I didn't give my last episode a rating. I somehow forgot. This episode for me is getting an 8. I thought it was a great episode. It was really well done, really well written, and I did not mention, and I purposely did not mention, the Super Saiyan God Videl/Pan stuff. Honestly, I thought that was hilarious. I took to Twitter and I mentioned a few people, and Dr. Love was like, hey, no, don't be that guy. I was like, I'm just playing. I was like, oh, SSJ Videl confirmed. I didn't mention that in this because, you know, that's not really a thing, but I will have a video coming out about it because, hey, why not? Just to kind of give my thoughts on what happened, because honestly, I think that may have been a bit of a writing error. I don't know, but there's a couple good theories you can say in regards to that, so look out for that. And like I said, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and follow me on Twitter at DFreeDBZHD to stay up to date with the current news. Be sure to click on that interactive card up there afterwards, after you follow me, of course, to get to the rest of the playlist for my reviews for the episodes. But that's it for me, guys. I will catch you guys down the road. Bye.